Good day, parents and guardians. We warmly welcome you all to the Ateneo. I am Mr. Cesar Ferraz Jr., the Junior High School Registrar. Let me walk you through the documentary requirements and the FAPE, ESC, or government subsidy for your child. You will remember that for enrollment, the Admission and Aid Office required the physical copies of the following: report card or the SF9, original PSA birth certificate, certificate of good moral character. It is the Registrar's Office which will request the transcript of records from your child's previous school. To ensure smooth transfer, please make sure that you do not have unsettled obligations from the previous school. Only when we have the original physical copies of the credentials can we declare that your child is officially enrolled. The enrollment to the Ateneo Junior High School is good until completion day in grade 10, but it can be stopped when, first, the student is non-readmitted due to academic or disciplinary reasons. Non-readmission status is given to students with one or more final grades and to students with serious infractions. Second, the student accumulates absences or non-participation in class sessions equivalent to at least 20% of the total school days, unless for valid reason like sickness. The student is voluntarily withdrawn by parents. Voluntary withdrawal is a prerogative given to students and his/her parents. The reason could be transfer of residence, migration to another country, change of school, sickness, or other personal reasons. In this case, the parent should formalize the withdrawal by personally seeing the registrar or by sending an email to us. The Registrar's Office is responsible for the following: the term and year-end release of grades and status, the release of transcript of records, releasing of certificate of enrollment, certification and validation of school records, and safekeeping of student records. You may request by visiting the Registrar's Office or by sending us an email. Payment procedures. All financial matters are handled by the Treasurer's Office. This includes payment collection, issuance of receipts, reimbursement, and transfer of funds. However, the Admission Office and the Registrar release the assessment or matriculation form and hold release of credentials in coordination with the Treasurer's Office. Please be guided that the Treasurer's Office sends a monthly statement of account to the child's GBox account. We send a text message once it is sent. Please take note that the annual fee is divided into 10, with 9 remaining months once you pay the least initial enrollment fee. Payments can be made in the Treasurer's Office at the Bagong Bayan and Pacol campus. For off-site payments, please visit the guide from the Treasurer's Office. Please always refer to the Statement of Accounts for updates in payments and balances. The subsidy from the government. Educational Service Contracting or ESC is a program provided for by Republic Act 8545, amending Republic Act 6778, or the Expanded Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education, or GASPE. Educational Service Contracting is a partnership program by the Department of Education to decongest overcrowded public junior high schools. By contracting the excess capacities of private high schools, DepEd pays for students who would have gone to public schools. Where is the ESC Fund coming from? Fund for Assistance to Private Education, or FAPE, is what is maintained, developed, and utilized for the ESC grant. The Private Education Assistance Committee, or PEAC, is the agency composed of private and public representatives that takes care of the fund and ensures the proper disposition of the fund. How does it work? Each grantee receives $9,000 for each year until he or she finishes junior high school. Schools are given number of slots for ESC grantees. If given slots are limited, the school selects who among the incoming grade 7 deserves it. In the Ateneo de Nagas case, being a long-time partner, slots allotted are enough to accommodate all the grade 7 enrollees. What are the qualifications to receive the government subsidy? First, you must be a Filipino citizen. Second, you must be an incoming grade 7 student. Third, you must be an elementary graduate from a DepEd public school or DepEd recognized private school and has not been a recipient of the ESC in previous school years. What are the requirements? The requirements are the ESC application form, the PSA birth certificate, the grade 6 report card, and the proof of income of parents, guardians, or the ITR 2316. What are the terms of the ESC grant? The grant remains in force for the next school year if the grantee is promoted to the next grade level and enrolls in an ESC accredited school. No maintaining grades are required of grantees. The grant is terminated if a grantee does any of the following. 1. Drops out in the middle of the school year. 2nd. Does not re-enroll the following school year. 3rd. Fails to be promoted to the next grade level. 4th. Transfers to a non-ESC participating junior high school. And last, the student is suspended for more than 2 weeks, dismissed or expelled by the ESC participating junior high school for disciplinary reasons. Aside from the 9,000 per year grant in junior high school, the student will automatically be qualified to receive the senior high school voucher amounting to 14,000 pesos for provincial schools and 18,000 should the student decide to study in NCR. How does the student receive it? At the middle of the school year, the school sends a list of grantees to the PAC. It will be validated and approved by the following: the PAC Regional Secretariat, the DepEd Regional Director, the PEAC National Secretariat, and the Department of Education. The amount is deposited to the school's land bank account, then the school will credit it to the student's account. Question: when will it arrive and when will it get credited to the student account? It depends on the time we transmit the document and the availability of funds in the Department of Education. Another question: if we made a full payment, can we refund the excess amount? Yes, refund could be made but only at the end of the school year or before the next school year's billing cycle. Once the next school year's billing cycle begins, it will be automatically forwarded to your child's account, thus lowering your school fees for the next school year. Do all private schools have this program? No. Not all private schools are ESC participating or accredited school. The school becomes an ESC accredited if it meets or exceeds the minimum standard set by the Department of Education. The school must maintain high standards to continually be recognized an ESC participating junior high school. ESC accredited schools are periodically certified and monitored by the National Secretariat. In conclusion, there are places in the Philippines where only private school exists. In most cases, the parents of the students living in that area normally cannot afford private education, but now they can thanks to ESC. These private schools charge only 9,000 pesos, meaning those kids are now enjoying private education for free. Some or many of you might not need this subsidy, but a deduction of 9,000 pesos to our tuition would make it more affordable to some. That is around 1,000 pesos less expense for each month, which can be used to buy school materials, a McDo treat for a job well done, payment for internet connection, a half sack of rice, or an additional 3 kilos of pork for the month's budget. For those who still feel that they don't need the 9,000 pesos subsidy, please still receive the grant. Then, donate it to the scholarship programs that we have, which would help the less fortunate students in our school. You may contact Ma'am Lisa Magdaraog, our new Admission and Aid Director, through their email or visit their office. That ends my presentation. Please don't forget that the Registrar's office can be contacted through our email, mobile number, landline, or through our FB page. Thank you very much.